Hello to all my college football friends out there. Welcome to another segment of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, Buckeye Vinny is back and he's ready to talk college football. My friends, just in case you wondered, I know it's been over a week since I uploaded my last video. My lovely wife and I decided to take a sabbatical to the beautiful Sunshine State of Treasure Island, Florida, and where Dawn and I had a wonderful time. We had a much needed getaway, and now Buckeye Vinny is back and ready to talk some college football for the up and coming 2024 college football season. My friends, right now, when you stop and look at this up and coming season, a lot of new things are going to happen for the first time in the history of college football. Number one, a 12-team playoff format never has been done in the history of college football. You know, we were just getting used to 4 teams, and now they're upped it to 12. But I think everybody knows my take. I kind of like the idea. It's going to give some of the dark horses a chance to prove themselves. But, you know, when you stop and look at this up-and-coming season, the 2 picked favorite teams to get to the big dance, and none other than the national championship, everyone is talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Georgia Bulldogs. How can you not? Okay, number one, these are 2 power football programs, very rich in tradition football programs, and both have very talented football teams coming in to the up-and-coming season. But, in all due respect, my friends, do not sleep on a few of these teams I'm going to mention, okay? Yes, the big talk are the Bulldogs and the Buckeyes, hopefully to meet in the national championship. But when you stop and look at teams like this, the Texas Longhorns, the Oregon Ducks, the Alabama Crimson Tide, I'm sure they have other things to prove and say other than the Georgia Bulldogs and the Buckeyes making it to the national championship. When you look at the Texas Longhorns, coached by Steve Sarkisian, did a wonderful job last year guiding his team to one of the 4 best teams in college football in the playoffs, only to lose to the Huskies 37-31 in that track meet of a football game. We're talking about a Texas team that last season finished a remarkable 12 wins and only 2 losses. We're talking about a team in 2024 that has upped their game with some names like Isaiah Bond, Matthew Golden, tight end Niblack. Now, in case these names ring a bell, a couple of these players were from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's not forget speedy wide receiver Silas Bolden. You know, they are returning tremendous quarterback Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers last season threw 24 touchdowns, rushed for 5 touchdowns, and completed 70% of his passes for 3,479 yards. And this young man is returning. And for what I hear, could be the front runner when it comes to the Heisman. This is a young man that in 14 games only threw 6 interceptions. So this Ewers does not turn the ball over, as you could see his stats. And he will be throwing to the likes of Isaiah Bond, Niblack, Golden, and Molden. They have superb running back from last season returning, C.J. Baxter. Last year rushed for 659 yards and 5 touchdowns. But look for him to have a breakout season if you're a Texas Longhorn fan. This is Texas team last year, averaged 36 points a game. On defense, yielded 19. Not bad. You got to remember, this is a Longhorn team that played in the Big 12 last year. And let's be honest, the Big 12 known for their offense and putting up major points. Now moving on to Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks. Talk about a tremendous quarterback transferring from Oklahoma to Oregon. We're talking about Dillon Gabriel. Dillon put up some great stats for the Sooners, and I'm going to say this, Oklahoma will miss this young man. He threw 30 touchdowns last year and passed for 3,660 yards. Wow. Now, this is a team last year under Bo Nix that averaged 44 points a game. They are returning standout All-American wide receiver Tez Johnson. Caught 86 balls last year for 1,182 receiving yards and chalk up 10 receiving touchdowns. Now, my friends, if you're a Ducks fan, you know it as well as I do, that their defense is very underrated, okay? This is a defense that only gave up 16 points per game. When you got an offense averaging 44 and your defense is only giving up 16 points a game, now you understand why this Ducks team finished 12 wins and only 2 losses. And let's not forget, both of their losses was to the Washington Huskies by a total of just 6 points. So, my friends, very easily, Oregon Ducks could have been in the national championship, without a doubt. And now moving on to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Last season, under Coach Nick Saban, a very, very good year. 12 wins, 2 losses, and they had a very young team. Now, we all know Coach Nick Saban decided to hang it up and retire. God bless him. He deserved it. And now exit Saban and now enter Coach Kalen DeBoer. We all know DeBoer, what he did for the Washington Huskies in just 2 years, guiding the Huskies to a 25 wins and only 3 losses in just 2 seasons, and guiding them to the national championship. Wow. This is a team last year, Alabama, that averaged 34 points a game. Their defense was not bad. They bend, but they didn't break. They gave up a respectful 19 points per game. But a lot of these guys are coming back. Now, factor in starting quarterback Jalen Milroe. Now, Milroe had, in my opinion, a good year. Not a crazy excellent year, but a good year. He managed that offense better than a lot of the critics gave him credit. Last year, he threw 23 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, and let's not forget, rushed for 12 rushing touchdowns. So Milroe accounted for 35 of the Alabama Crimson Tide touchdowns. Wow. And also threw for 2,834 yards on the season. So, for me, it's going to look this way. Will Alabama go through some growing pains with a new coach? Possibly, okay? To say that they're going to fill the shoes of Nick Saban, my friends, there's no filling Nick Saban's shoes, okay? Bottom line, Coach DeBoer is a good coach. Alabama did a great job going out and landing a coach like DeBoer, okay? But to say he's going to come in and be like Nick Saban, no. Number one, Coach DeBoer needs to be like Coach DeBoer and not like somebody else that he's not, okay? And I think that if he goes by that system and just coach with the way he did at Washington and turn that program around in just 2 years, then Alabama and Coach DeBoer will have a very, very pleasant season, without a doubt, to transfer in and get his new philosophy for his team. Now, like I mentioned, this is a team last year that on offense from time to time was potent. From time to time was a little inconsistent. Okay, once again, they averaged 34 a game, not bad. But I do recall in other years for Saban that Alabama was into the 40s averaging a game. So it was a little down year on offense. Okay, defense, it was a little down year again. I remember a few years that Alabama's defense only gave up a stingy anywhere from 12 to 14 points a game. Again, last season it was a good defensive year, and they are returning some defensive players. I think the bread and butter for Alabama must be their big offensive line. Their offensive line needs to come and show up every single game. Last season, their D-line did okay. I remember in the playoff game against Michigan, for a while there, they held Blake Corum in check, but it was a little too late. Blake Corum in the second half and in the fourth quarter just, ran all over that Alabama defense en route to a 27-20 victory over Alabama. But, this is a whole new ball club. Obviously, brand new coach, I should say coaches. And for me, it's going to look this way. So goes Jalen Milroe. So goes the Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay? Now, Milroe did not have a very good game against Michigan. And you've seen what happened. The Tide lost that game 27-20. Milroe did not have a very good game against Texas when Texas beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And what happened? Alabama lost that game. So once again, my friends, when Milroe is on, Alabama is unstoppable. When Milroe comes in, average, okay, subpar, there's always a chance Alabama could get beat. So my friends, like I said, the sky's the limit for Texas, Oregon Ducks, and the Alabama Crimson Tide. I would like to say this team from the Big Ten, I hate to say it, they are most of the time underachievers. But this is a team that's going to really have a lot of true talent coming back, and that is none other than James Franklin and Penn State. Now, a lot of people say Penn State's good for a 10-win season. They make it to a bowl game and they get beat. Well, I can't say that's misinformation, because normally that's what goes on if you're a Penn State Nittany Lion fan. Penn State's going to field an excellent team this year, okay? Tyler Warren, splendid tight end, returning. Singleton, the running back, returning. Let's not forget their quarterback last season. He has one good year, one full year under his belt. He is coming back. So, my friends, and let's not forget Penn State's defense, which was only behind Ohio State and Michigan to finish the third best defense in the country in college football last season in 2023. Most of those players are returning. So, my friends, James Franklin needs to just get it going on his end, because he has the horses to have an excellent season in 2024. But we shall see. The Big Ten looks totally different. The Big Ten is now 18 teams. And, it's going to be very interesting with some of the teams coming on for the first time. Very interesting. USC, UCLA, Washington Huskies, and the Oregon Ducks all joined the Big Ten. So let's be honest, all of those teams are very, very rich in tradition football programs. So it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, the top two teams to start out the season, undoubtedly, Georgia Bulldogs and the Ohio State Buckeyes. But my friends, stranger things have happened in college football where you think that the team coming in ranked number one is going to glide through the season, win the national championship, and stay number one. Not the case. Not the case. So, my friends, we shall see. It should be an excellent and very exciting, interesting college football season in 2024. If you are new for the first time checking this video out and my channel, Buckeye Vinny here welcomes you. Thank you. Please click on the subscribe button. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And like always, please comment down below. For those who have been watching and have yet to subscribe, please do Buckeye Vinny a favor and click that subscribe button. And like always, please give me your take on how you feel about this up-and-coming 2024 college football season. And do you think it's a lock for Ohio State and Georgia? Like always, peace out. God bless. Everybody have a happy and safe Memorial Day. God bless. Buckeye Vinny is out of here.